We're going to discuss an embarrassing episode for the Clinton campaign at a Clinton rally in Florida. So back with me, John Phillips, Angela Rye, Basil Smikle, and Margaret Hoover. We'll discuss that. But first, I want to get your reaction, Angela, you first, to this Donald Trump comment today.
So a couple of things, Don. I want to start with what he actually said about the Second Amendment. We continue to kind of just brush over this as if this whole abolishing of the Second Amendment by Hillary Clinton has not been debunked time and time again by PolitiFact and several other fact checkers. Hillary Clinton has never, ever said that she wants to abolish the Second Amendment. She's not even hinted to it. So it's really frustrating to me to also hear him lie, repeatedly lie, not only at rallies, but also on air. He lied on air with Hannity. So this is very, very frustrating to hear. The one thing that she has said is she wants to protect the Second Amendment, and she also wants to enact common sense gun control reforms to ensure that gun violence is prevented in this country. Yeah. Moreover, on the whole exchange you had earlier in the show, what he's gone on to say, the gun grabbers comments, all of these things are ridiculous, and he needs to begin to own his words as if he's actually running an election to be this country's commander-in-chief.
Yeah. So, unfortunately, Basil, I'll have to move on, and I'm going to start with you on our next subject. Yesterday, Sadiq Mateen, the father of the Orlando Pulse shooter, stood directly behind Hillary Clinton at her rally in Kissimmee. Trump's vice presidential running mate, Mike Pence, said this tonight about that.
Seems like every single day the national press latches onto some other issue about my running mate. You know, just each and every day of the week. But you know what they're not talking about? Anything having to do with Hillary Clinton. I mean, did you know yesterday at a rally outside Orlando, Florida. You're not even going to believe this. Yesterday at a rally outside Orlando, Florida, the father of the very radical Islamic terrorist who murdered 49 Americans attended the rally, was on television through most of the rally sitting behind Hillary Clinton. And he said he was there because he supports Hillary Clinton because she's, quote, good on national security. Now, the media's not talking about that, I expect, because Hillary Clinton's been a disaster on national security.
Basil, how could this have happened, that he got into a rally and sat behind? Can you imagine if this had a Trump rally?
Right. You know, look, I was an advanced person at one point in time. You know, if I didn't recognize him, quite frankly. You know, his face did not come to mind for me when I first saw it. So it's possible that somebody just did not recognize him. But I think my guess is that if somebody had, or if it came to the attention of someone higher up, they would have said that that's not appropriate. I think it was just a terrible mistake, and you know, I hope it doesn't happen again. But I can understand if you're an advanced person, if you're someone on the ground, and you just are not familiar with this individual, then that's how it.
I'm wondering if heads should roll because, and let me give this to John and then Margaret will come to it, but because the Clinton campaign tonight released a statement saying that they didn't want his support, they disavowed his support. Do you think that heads should roll? Do you think this would be a much different story if it happened on the other side?
Oh, of course. Let's not forget what kind of lunatic this guy is. He claims to be the president of Afghanistan in exile. He's a supporter of the Taliban. He tried to justify the shooting at the Orlando nightclub by saying, well, you know, my son saw two men kissing in Miami, so he was really upset about it. I mean, just take all of that out of it. I mean, this guy is a potential threat to Hillary. How could you let someone that unvetted stand that close to a candidate who's as close as she is as a major party nominee for the presidency? It's unbelievable.
Margaret, last word.
In any ordinary year, this would be an episode that would set the Clinton campaign back at least a week, because this is a terrible unforced error. I mean, really, this should never happen in a presidential campaign. You vet every single person who appears on stage behind the candidate. That's just how you run campaigns, especially somebody as experienced as Hillary Clinton at running for national office. That said, Hillary Clinton won the lottery by running against Donald Trump this year, because Donald Trump has just given her so much ammunition to go for that this won't eat up the kind of news cycle the way his comments do.